If the world only knew. Difference gives an opportunity of choice. Variety signifies the essence of beauty's presence. Time is an evidence that if it starts, it will end. Nothing lasts forever. Time given is to be used wisely. All we did to each other's minds is buried recklessly. What happened to humanity reminds me about unity. Now ruined is our community. To the drain gone is our power of diversity. I am changing floors. Life was never about Earth, but the after Earth human beings. To live and not die, to dominate over every creature on Earth. Live for him and never leave. We chose the opposite. We chose death. We chose the reverse method, and so we died. If we only knew the intentions behind our creation before our retaliation, if the world only knew. Welcome, one and all, to the official online book launch for If the World Only Knew by Elia Impata, proudly presented to you by Multi-Marketing Publishing. I am your host, Noshad Khan. Before I go any further, I'd like to encourage each and every one of you watching this video right now, give this video a big like, share this video, and if you are new to the channel, most certainly do hit that subscribe button and turn on those bell notifications so you'll be the first to be notified whenever we upload another new video. Also, I'd like to encourage all of you, if you have any questions whatsoever regarding Elia Impata, If the World Only Knew, Multi-Marketing Publishing, or even myself, please do drop your question down in the comment section of this video below, and we will most definitely answer your questions on an upcoming Q&A video where we will be going through all of the questions that you guys have sent through that we did not cover in this video, and we will most certainly will answer each and every single one of them. Furthermore, I'd like to say that this video is for those of you out there who are lovers of poetry. You love reading poetry. Some of you are even aspiring poets and love writing poetry. Some of you are aspiring authors writing stories, life stories, whatever it is. Maybe you're looking to get published. This video is for you. Publishing is a possibility in South Africa, and Elia Impata sitting right here is proof of that. Like they say, the proof is in the pudding, and right here it is. Also, if you'd like to purchase a copy of that book right there, If the World Only Knew, you can go onto his website, www.eliaimpata.co.za. You'll find the link, direct link to that website in the description below, and you can purchase a copy of this book. We have both paperback and ebook versions right there. Just look under the books tab and you'll be able to purchase a copy. But right now, I'd like to introduce the man of the hour, the poet himself, the author of this book, this compilation of poems, If the World Only Knew, Mr. Elia Impata himself.
Thank you, Mr. Khan. Thank you, everyone, for watching. My name is Elia Impata. I'm the author of If Only the World Knew. I'm also a medical technician. I work at the hospital. I work with patients. I am a poetry writer, an inspirational poetry writer, actually. I enjoy writing. I enjoy seeing people moving from one point to another. So thank you for watching. Over to you, Mr. Khan.
All right, Elia, I think you've given everyone a brief introduction of who you are. But for those of you who are not familiar with who you are, just give them a little bit of your background history, where you're from, what exactly is it that you do at the hospitals. Just give viewers a little bit of insight of who exactly is Elia Impata.
Well, I'll start with where I was born. I was born in Barclay East, Eastern Cape, and I did my lower grades there at Sizamulazi Primary School, did my higher grades in Rustenburg, Freedom Park, Northwest. and now I'm a medical technician, but in the discipline of phlebotomy. I'm a phlebotomist, and we basically help the doctors find the diagnosis for their patients. So that's basically what I'm doing at the moment. And I'm a poetry writer. That's what I do for a living. It's something that I do. It's more like a calling more than a hobby or something that I do for cash or anything like that. I live on writing. Thank you.
Okay, so I know that you're now a medical technician by day and a poet by night. So when did you start writing, and more specifically, when did you start writing poetry?
Well, I started writing poetry in 2014. I was in college at AUMEP College in Joburg. By then, I didn't even think that it's actually poetry that I was writing, because mostly it was me expressing myself on paper, and until someone got my diary by mistake. I left it in class. It was my lecture, and then she said to me, I need to talk to you in my office. I need to ask you a few questions about something that I found. It's personal, so I can't talk to you in class. And then I went, and then she said, I thought this is just piece of paper and something that you wrote in there. It's good poetry work. It's inspiring. I hope you will keep on writing. And I said, you know what? I didn't even think that is that is poetry. So that inspired me to keep writing, because I saw that the things that I've gone through, and if I explain them to people and how I have conquered them or how I've learned from them, it can actually help somebody else out there if I put it in writing and actually put it on something like a blog, or or in a book format, or something where it can leave a footprint. So I started writing in 2014.
Okay, so I like how you mentioned your blog. If anybody actually wants to read that, they can find it on your website, www.eliampato.co.za. Like I said, links in the description to that. So you did say that when you actually wrote this, you didn't actually realize that you were writing poetry, but inside of yourself, there must have been some sort of inspiration or a motivation for you to want to write poetry. So what was that inspiration or motivation that made you want to write out those things in your diary?
There is a There's a piece of art that I wrote some time back, and it's a lesson of life that I've learned. There was a point in life where I couldn't trust anyone, but if I write something down and I express myself on paper, I scribble and write and discard the paper. What I wrote, the paper can't argue with me. What I wrote, it's I can express myself freely on paper without any judgment. And it gives you that platform where you can freely be yourself without being judged. So that inspired me to be myself, to be my true self without any fear. So that inspired me to keep writing and motivate other people to be themselves regardless of the circumstances around them.
Exactly. You should always be true to your own self. So when did you then realize that now poetry actually can be compiled and published? When did you come to that realization?
With such a lot of uh, artwork that I have written and things that I feel that this is an important message. You know, sometimes you write as a writer or as an author, you you learn from your own work. It's a miracle. Something I don't understand myself sometimes. You write and you learn from it, and then you feel like this is too much work that I have with me, but how do I keep it in something that I can leave behind even if I am not there? So that's when I stopped just doing a blog on Google. I decided, no, what, let me just find out how can I actually take it higher from a blog level into a book format. So I worked into that improvement.
Okay, so when and how did you find out about us at Multi-Marketing Publishing? And honestly, from your point of view, how has your experience with Multi-Marketing Publishing been thus far?
Well, since it's not my first book, this book that I have, there is a book that I have. My first book is called There's a Train Coming. It was not so easy to publish it, and I never thought I could actually pull it through to publish a book. And it was published in a different country, and it was not even easy for people to get to know about it. So I said, let me try something in South Africa. I went on Google and I searched publishing companies that can publish poetry. And then there was this company, Snoopit. They said, well, give us your details and then we can assist you with that. And then boom, I was with multi-marketing. So they referred me to multi-marketing. That's how I got to have a publisher in South Africa.
Yeah, and Snoopit is actually, if you look at it, it's like sort of like a middleman site. It connects pro companies to those who require a certain service, which is basic and essentially what Snoopit is. I know you told me off camera that you thought Snoopit actually was a publisher, but then you came to find out that they were just middlemen, and multi-marketing publishing was actually a real publisher.
Yeah.
So from us, we took your book all the way from editing through printing and now the book launch. And then now the next stage obviously will be national bookstore distribution. I'm sure some people who are watching this video right now probably came across this video because they found your book in one of the major bookstores, hopefully, because distribution, as we are filming, as we speak, is in the pipeline, it's forthcoming. So now since you've been with multi-marketing publishing, we've done the entire process, start to finish. How has your experience been like working with us at multi-marketing publishing?
Well, it's been an amazing experience. What one would need, especially if you're a new writer or a new artist, you need a company that will help you step by step on your work, on the industry itself, the publishing industry, on how it works. Because I only knew more about what I do. I didn't know much about how the publishing processes happens. And with multi-marketing, it was easy for me to understand the processes that has to take place for a person to actually publish a book from A to Z. So that is the experience that I got with marketing, and now I have a far better understanding of what it takes to publish a book, and it's all because of multi-marketing. And my experience with them was exceptional.
Well, I'm glad that we could be of such great service to you. Now, I think the big elephant in the room, the big question everybody wants to know, why exactly did you title this book If the World Only Knew? What is the thought process behind that?
Well, from the people who have listened to the poem when the video started, or people who have looked at our website at www.eliampata.co.za, the book itself, it's it's entangled around that title, If Only the World Knew. I titled it like that because it's a question mark. It's it's something that people need to think about. It it's a title that helps or that makes a reader think, what does he mean? So actually the title itself is explaining to the world that there is more in us than anything else, and out there are many people who don't appreciate simple things like the differences that we have. We try to, I know having a good, like a role model is a good thing in life, but the fact that we are different as human beings, it's something that we should take as an advantage. Because if I have a different skill and you have a different skill, it means when I need help for a different thing, then I can come to you. But if we all have the same skill, then when we have a different problem, then we can't solve it. So I wrote that poem to show that there are so many things that are good within us that we should embrace as as human beings. Things like time. Time, if anything has a date, if anything has time, it means that thing has a period where it will start and end, and it's an important fact that someone has to take note of. The other thing is, with that around time, a person needs to know that nothing lasts forever. Therefore, if you get a shot in doing something that you actually love or actually like, you must do it at your best level, because there is time, meaning if it starts, it will end. So it's all these important things that if only the world knew, this world would be a better place. Other things like, if a person understood themselves, the the personal traits they have, their human identity, life would be much better because people would appreciate themselves rather than having low self-esteem, not trying things that they are good at, and actually make the world a better place. So that's why I wrote this book. It's to help people go for what they are good at, regardless of the challenges that we are facing. So all I'm saying with this book is, if you have something that you are good at, it is worth a fight, regardless of how difficult it is. It must be a lifetime project for that person that it is entitled to.
Wow, that is such a deep meaning, and it is very true that if there's something that you want in this world, you go out and you fight for it until you get it. So, what would you say is your style of writing, and what methods do you use specifically when writing poetry?
Well, I think for me, it's better to say, or it's safe to say, firstly, I'm not a stage poet because of this one reason. I write because something happened or I feel in a certain way at a certain time. So it's not about a planned thing where I read and do a research about something, then I write a poem about it. So it just comes within me, then I write about it immediately. So my style of writing is, something comes in mind to me right now, and it's something that I didn't even know about. I write about it now. So if my poem is short, it means there is a lot more details in it. If my poem is long, it means it's self explaining. each line supports the second line. But if the poem itself is short, then you need to think a little bit deeper. And the good thing about my writing is every time I wrote something, at the bottom I write a theme so that it assists you to have a clue of what I'm actually trying to say to you as an audience or as a reader. And my titles are important. If the poem itself, as you read it, you somewhere feel like, okay, I'm getting lost. The title should always, the title always reminds you what the content is all about. So that's my style of writing.
Okay, so who is your book aimed at, and what do you hope to have people gain from reading your poems?
My book, In Depth, um, it's the fact that I'm trying to help people know that life and death or challenges are things that we are going to face one way or another. But we need to have courage to face them and move forward because they are part of our lives. But the dreams that we have, the skills that we have, the the talents that we were born with, the personal traits that we were born with, are the equipments or the tools that are going to help us conquer those challenges, even if they are there, as the sun is there forever, as the sunset is there forever. So is our strength. As long as you live, you still have that strength within you to carry over and achieve what you are good at. So if you focus on things that you are good at, you have more chances of succeeding in life than when you try to be something else that you are not. And my target audience is basically young adults, starting from teenagers, youth, and old people or adults in general. For children, I know there are a lot of good lessons out of the book itself, but they would need parental guidance. They would need assistance for children to understand because my writing has deeper meanings that would need an adult to actually explain what I actually mean. For example, there's a poem that I have, it's called Toddler's Ardor. It says, there he comes, his motion is spiral, so he falls. So that line itself might confuse someone else, but I'm actually trying to say when a child grows up, they don't walk straight, they don't stand upright. So they make a lot of mistakes as they grow, or as we age, we make a lot of mistakes. So our walks are spiral, they are not straight, they are not upright. So we fall. But on our stand, we stand for better or worse. So whatever that we have learned in life, it either makes us or breaks us. So it means whatever that we learn from the world or whatever that we take in, it either makes us or breaks us. So for a child to understand that short poem, it would need an adult to actually explain it. And my blog is one tool that I encourage everyone to use, because I explain the poems myself, so it makes it even more easier for them to understand.
Wow, your poems have a lot of deep meanings, very, intriguing lessons. And I like how your message of staying true to yourself really rings through to everybody. I like also how you mentioned challenges, and that's actually going to link up to my next question that I've got to ask you. What challenges did you face, or did you obstacles that did you come across when either writing or publishing this work? And how did you face these fears? How did they affect you? And how did you overcome those fears, challenges, or obstacles that were in your way?
Well, there's a number of things that I faced as I was writing this book. One, my work itself, I was not sure on whether or not the format that I am using is going to meet the criteria of the publishing company that I am having, because the first time I actually work directly with the publisher. The other thing was that in the process, you don't know what you must actually have in place to make sure that the publishing process is smooth. So things like costs, designing the cover of the book, uh, things like that, things that you should actually, like a full package that you must have, that you must take to the publisher when you're saying, I am ready now to publish, are the things that I struggled with. And multi-marketing had to help me a lot with things like that for me to actually come to the final product of my book.
All right. Well, like I said, we're very glad to be of service, and I hope that a lot of writers watching this, they don't feel fear when it comes to publishing, because someone like us at multi marketing, we have a published author himself who's going to guide you every step of the way and take you from A to Z, from your manuscript to publishing it. So for you yourself, what does the future hold for Elia Mpata? What do you hope to achieve going forward?
Well, I I have this idea of Thames poetry. I want to write more for South African people, global. Like, I want to go global, and I want to start small from where I am at the moment. I want to help presenters or poets that are stage poets that don't write actually poems to present my work. That gives them the platform that sometimes it's hard to get. So that can actually groom them into getting more experience in the poetry faculty or department or whatever a person can call it. But for me, I want to write more, but I want to do more videos, more narrations to my poems, more writing, more publishing, so that I can actually serve the people that are benefiting from my writing.
Okay, well, that covered all the questions that I had. I'm sure that there are a lot of questions that many viewers out there have. So, like I said, guys, I encourage all of you watching this video, if you have any questions whatsoever, whether they're for Elia Pata himself, whether it's about his book, If the World Only Knew, even if it's about multi-marketing publishing or myself, no question is off limits. So, drop those questions in the comment section below, and we will answer them in a follow-up video where we will be doing a Q&A answering all of your questions. And like I said, guys, if you want to grab yourself a copy of If the World Only Knew by Elia Pata, you can do so. Go onto his website, www.eliampata.co.za. Like I said, link to the website will be in the description below. Go to the book section. You can get either an ebook version or a paperback version. Whatever you like, it's all up to you. It's completely your choice. And Elia, any closing remarks, anything you'd like to say regarding yourself and your book or your poetry? This is your time now. You have the floor.
Thank you. I would like to say to all my audience, to all people who would like to know more about me, more about the work that I do, the book itself, poetry that I write, that the work that I actually do is dedicated to them. I want to see the best in everyone. There are things that I can't do, even in my profession, to help people out there. Like I can't give the whole South Africa jobs. I can't I can't build houses for people, but with my work and the words and the lessons that I give through my writings, I can help people to understand things better in a way that they didn't understand them before. And my work has more insights that can help them grow in life and approach life with a mountain confidence. So I would encourage them that if there's anything they feel it's what they like, they must go for it. And I thank them for watching this video. Thank you for all their support. Even if it's just to view the video, it means a lot to me. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Elia Pata, for joining us, giving us your time. I hope you've enjoyed your online book launch. I know it was shorter. You would have liked some time longer, but this is what we've got to work with, especially with lockdown running rife and the pandemic that is sweeping across the globe. So, guys, most definitely, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, share this video. If you haven't already, I don't know what you're waiting for. Hit that subscribe button. It's big. It's a big red button. Go ahead and push it. Subscribe to our channel. Turn on those bell notifications so you'll be informed when another one of our videos hits the air. And here, again, if you have any questions whatsoever, drop it down in the comment section below. You want to pick up a copy of Elia Pata's book, If the World Only Knew, your very own copy. You can get it ebook or paperback on his website. Like I said, link to his website will be in the description below, www.eliampata.co.za. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, got some value from it. I hope a lot of poets, aspiring poets, people who love reading and writing poetry enjoyed this video, authors as well, and they don't feel too shy or afraid about publishing anymore. And, just if you have a dream, like Mr. Impanta said, if you have a dream, don't let anyone stop you. You fight until you get that dream and you achieve what it is you wanted to achieve. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And until next time, for Elia and Pata, I am Noshad Khan for Multi Marketing Publishing. Thank you for watching this video and have a good one. Until next time, we'll see you guys down the road. Peace.